Hey guys, so I wanted to show you some fun ways that you can do some printmaking at home and some fun ways we can kind of work around if you don't have paint. So first off, I want to share with you a way that you can make your own watercolor paint. So I have just a little plate with me right here. I have a paintbrush, I have some water, and I have some markers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this green. And I'm actually gonna color on this plate. And this is all washable, so it's gonna come off. So I colored on the plate and I'm gonna take my brush and I'm going to just dip it in some water. I'm gonna add some water to those markers. And then I have paint. I have my own watercolor paints. So if you ever want to try out painting, but you don't have those supplies at home, this is a really easy way to make your own paint. All right, so let's talk about printmaking. So as we said before, printmaking is the art of stamping, and there's a lot of different types of printmaking that people do. They can carve into wood, they can carve into metal, they can carve into rubber, they can make stamps out of their own materials, which I'm gonna show you some ways that you could actually make some stamps out of materials that you have at home. So first off, plastic bag. We're gonna color with markers on a plastic bag and we're gonna use it to stamp onto a piece of paper, and it's gonna create this kind of cool tie-dye effect. So first things first, I'm going to grab some colors that I wanna use. I'm gonna use blue, green, and yellow. Start with some green. I'm gonna go in with some blue. It's okay to overlap the colors because they'll mix up a little bit. And I'm gonna add some yellow. All right, what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna put the bag aside. I'm gonna go in with some plain water and I'm going to wet the space I want to stamp on. If your paper that you're stamping on is not wet, it's not gonna transfer. The markers from the bag are not gonna transfer as much. So I have my bag with my wet colors, I have my paper with my wet water, and I stamp it on there. That's awesome. It creates this beautiful kind of tie-dye effect. That's a really fun one to try. I recommend trying that. And then get creative with things that you could stamp at home. So I'm gonna make some more paint on my little paper. I'm gonna go in with red. Oops, let me move that aside. Color on the plate. Going to add a little water to turn it into paint. Then I'm going to try with a Q-tip. Yes, something that you use for your ear normally. I'm gonna dip that in the paint and you can use it to stamp little dots. Might be kind of hard for you to see, but stamping with paint on a Q-tip creates a perfect little dot, little circle. Hopefully you can see some of those. All right, think about the other things you could stamp with. If you look at the PowerPoint show, some people were using fruit and vegetables to stamp with. You could use your fingers to stamp with. Lots of cool stuff. All right, I cannot wait to see what you create. This week is all about printmaking and all about experimenting with the materials you have at home. So come up with just some cool design that you experiment with printmaking, post it on the Padlet, and make sure you leave your name. I'll see you guys later.